Yes.
Confuse us.
Handful of presenters, a mass of microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Season 8 Test Show number 3 of TigerTails Radio. I'm your host, TK, and if you're looking on the webcam, on the main window, we have a Felis.
Hello.
And an Angel Dark Song.
Hello.
We all sound louder than I do, it's not fair. Why does
You
everyone
also were cutting out at the beginning of that, so...
I was, this was my slidey bar. Being all static.
His slidey bar?
Yeah.
I just look at the screen. On the screen, I've only just sat back down.
Really? Well, maybe
Really?
we should stop watching it. At least I'm watching it in semi-real time.
I can't help but watch it. It's there, it's moving.
It's nice, because now I can actually see you, and I can do my old tradition of talking at a screen, which is you guys.
Ooh. I think we actually have to start looking at the camera now.
I'm afraid so, otherwise it doesn't look like I'm
Like
looking at me.
bad 80s porno actors.
Yeah. And everyone who's looking at my little window will notice that I'm looking very slightly away from the camera, because I'm looking at you two.
Yeah, there was. That was a freeze frame high five.
It was. Now then, on to tonight's show. We have a fun-filled, veritable paradise of stuff. Mostly waffling. In fact, definitely waffling.
Mostly waffles.
But with a surprising lack of and r's.
And building.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid. I know we're kind of rusty still. This is only the third test show. We're kind of gearing back into being radio presenters and things. So this is the joy of the testing shows. It's to iron out all the kinks, because we had quite a long off season this time.
But I like my kinks.
I like my kinks as well, especially the one with the iron.
They, along with buoyancy, are what floats my boat.
Aha! But what I mean is that we are rusty. We are not so good at doing the whole radio thing. And so we have these test shows so we can go creak, 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 lubricate the joints, and get that filthy mind out of
I
this.
kind of like how he sort of swung between going My Fair Lady with the trilling of the R's and then said bang in the middle of it.
You know what I mean?
Don't.
We're old, we're rusty, we haven't done this for a while. So we've got a few test shows. We've got one more test show when Xavier finally gets his internet.
Oh, we do. Where the fuck has the time gone?
Yeah. And we have people in channel. Hello, Red K, and hello, Werewolfie. Who have
Oh,
been
Wolfie
channel.
popped up suddenly.
He did.
A wild Wolfie appeared.
Ba-da-da-da.
I'ma catch it.
Aha, he's going to catch them all. So, yeah, test shows are fun and frolicsome and filled with us waffling. So,
Delicious waffles.
to start the waffles, Felis, how has been your week? I totally waited until he started drinking.
He did. He did it on purpose.
I did. I'm a bastard like that.
My week. I'm trying to think now if I've actually done anything with my week that's worthwhile.
Well, yeah, woke up 7 times.
5.5. This week's been kind of amusing. I've had Celine around 2 whole nights in a row.
Woo!
3 nights in total on the bed that we all dislike.
Ba, 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 ba.
Yay. Then one of the housemates announced that he's moving out. He suddenly talked to his parents, secure a loan, moving in with his brother who moved out last year,
Fair enough.
leaving me with an opening. And then we get the strange thing of deja vu from earlier in the summer where suddenly an Alex appears and goes, a room! Working internet!
It's just what I've always wanted. The question is, it's a lot further away from work now. Will Alex want to
Is it
make
further
the
away
move?
from work?
Yes, I live like 10 minutes away from work at the moment. Not even that.
Ah.
I live
But
like
you also
5
live like 5 minutes away from most of the bus stops that lead to everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Wait, I don't take the bus anyway.
Oh.
Buses
walks.
are expensive.
Buses are expensive. Actually, saying that,
Yeah.
first buses actually reduced their price slightly. I got a single into
Citation needed.
town- citation about to be provided.
Oh my.
In my bag, I have a bus ticket that proves this very fact. Formerly, a single into town would be on the verge of about 170-ish.
I don't want to see TK's sack, thank you.
Why not? People at work see it.
No.
I took the bus into town, and it was only £1.50 for a single. And
Bloody hell, what time was it?
daytime.
Ah,
And £2.50 for a return.
what's happened?
Prices have come down. It's weird, and I don't understand it.
This scares me. On many profound levels.
I didn't think it was humanly possible for a bus company to reduce their ticket prices.
Especially First Bus.
Especially
I mean, come
First
on.
Bus. Okay, their service levels haven't improved. So maybe it's not even an apology, really, because their service is still shite.
Remember the last time they hiked their prices going, oh, we don't have money and the council hasn't given us enough. And then the next day we saw all the signs on the buses going, hey, enjoy our new leather seats.
Enjoy our new Wi-Fi on board and our new things.
Things and the stuff and the yay.
And all the awesome we've suddenly got. I noticed the bit where all the fuel prices dropped briefly. Well, I say briefly, they dropped considerably. And yet all the bus prices went up. Magically. And I'm
As if by magic.
And it's like, well, the petrol prices have gone down, so why have the bus prices gone
So
up?
I was looking over here because you looked like you were about to say something.
Is it me, or can you only hear him out of one ear?
But me?
I can only hear everybody out of one ear.
Where you got your cable? Because I can hear me out of both ears.
I did wiggle it, nothing happened.
Oh.
And it was working like a second ago.
No, he's right. I have nothing in my left ear.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
That's probably the cable on
Yeah.
our end. This thing's fucked up once before.
Wiggle all of the things. I said wiggle, not destroy.
My technical expertise has found nothing by slapping the cable amongst the table.
Come on, wiggle it like you're playing Resident Evil.
There we go.
It was at TK's end.
Well, I thought I'll wiggle it at my end. See if it makes
TK's
any
end
difference.
needed a bit of wiggling.
Story of my life, really.
Finar.
No.
Oh, what else happened? I got given a random gift of licensed music.
Ooh.
Yay!
Who has licensed music? God.
Well, I could have gotten this music through other means, but if I ever want to use it, I'd need the license and the proof of said license.
Ah. What music was this?
Bunch of RPG Maker packs.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Along with the modern pack, which has some rather nice, jazzy and blues villain themes and battle tracks.
You're no longer stuck to Kevin MacLeod and the Ren and Stimpy packs.
No.
There's my musical knowledge. Did it
Yeah,
happen
apart
in
from that,
DDR? Yes.
weekend was spent lazing around. Weekend was rather. We spent lazing around, watching Stargate Universe.
Somebody's got to,
It is better than Atlantis.
I suppose.
So much better than Atlantis. For starters, it had Robert Carlyle. I'm
don't
not
know.
talking to you.
It's a fair question. I don't watch telly much.
I'll show you him later, and then you can.
Is he hot? There was a long pause.
I'm trying to think from TK's point of view. Would Robert Carlyle be attractive in the role that he's in here? Possibly.
Okay. I will reserve some interest then.
He's also one of those characters who's so much of an asshole that you find yourself liking him anyway.
A bit like Bruce Campbell's entire career.
Yeah, except he's also genuinely a nice guy.
He's generally
outside
nice
of
guy,
that.
but he plays assholes who you end
Oh,
up
he
kinda
plays
liking.
complete jerks.
But you kind of root for him because Bruce Campbell. You kind of
Yeah.
have to.
He's like the white Bruce, the white Will Smith that way.
Yeah.
Ah.
You look like you're going somewhere with this.
No, my brain just suddenly had to stop and,
Contemplate Will Smith.
yeah.
Naked.
A nice
Wait,
white balance.
what?
But what about the black balance, Werewolfie?
What about Will Smith?
This shirt is not meant to be bluish.
Actually, on my window, that shirt does again look blackish. So,
Oh, well, that's okay then.
I don't know how it appears on YouTube, but for the feed I'm looking at, it is kind of black again.
Well, the feed I'm looking at on the YouTube page, I look kind of bluish.
It might be the telly then.
Might be the telly.
Might be the telly. Because
It is a bitch to calibrate your colour and everything else properly.
Yeah, especially on when you're doing it on a telly.
Mm.
And I have no idea how the white balance got nicer. So, there we go. It just did.
By magic.
By magic. Or fluke.
Or
Probably
less
fluke.
clothes.
Or less
Or
clothes.
more clothes.
Or maybe it's because I'm wearing a black shirt today, so it's absorbing all the other colour.
Give me back my colour!
Not your colour, you're in a different room. On a different camera.
Hello, camera. Wait, that's my camera. Why is it betraying me so?
It's not betraying you, it's doing what it was designed to do. It's filming you. That's what it was there for. It's
As long as it doesn't do it during my sleep, that's okay.
well, if the room is dark, it wouldn't be able to see you anyway.
Can I go turn out the lights?
No.
Oh.
Alex will get scared.
It's true. It
He just suddenly get flashbacks and he start looking around and go, edgy, 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 edgy. Okay, yeah.
Blaster.
Yeah, I just segued straightly into a really bad James Bond skit. We know how to make a James Bond skit.
It's too easy with these kids.
Surprise echo.
It was suddenly in my ears uninvited. I'm gonna need more beer.
That jump was good. I like my buttons. There are so many of them to press, and they do so many different things. But yeah, Mr. Alex. Oh, sorry. The
Yes,
weekend,
no,
Felix.
my weekend was that's the Stargate Atlantis, among other things,
And
deciding whether or not to take the downstairs room or stay in my room because of laziness.
the thing we all did on the Saturday night,
Oh, and we did play some Cards Against Humanity together,
we did, and it was.
and little Alex played as well.
Not on Saturday.
No, you're on Sundays when other people were meant to join in, but the other people who were meant to join in,
But roleplay.
no, Big Alex was hopefully meant to be joining, but he had other things to do.
Yeah.
We had Hannah from the writing group,
Oh yes.
and she really wanted to join in, but their very retarded housemate broke up again, which means they all had to be on Jot Watch again,
I see.
because he wanders. Like 4 in the morning, I'm gonna go sit in the car park lot at Sainsbury's and cry.
Okay.
He's that sort of thing. Well, the other time when he, disappeared and they found out that he'd fucked off to Salisbury,
As you do.
as you do, following his then ex-girlfriend for no reason. So apparently she hit him with a spatula. So there were meant to be more people the second time round.
All it has to do is flip his mic upside down and tie its wire off so it's not floating in midair. The reason the wire is floating in midair is because it's the only thing that's stopping the microphone from just going and dropping onto the desk.
You don't have a proper mount.
I do have the proper mount, but it's decided it's going to be too weak and feeble. Also, I've got it on its full extent because it's
Sounds like it's made of radits.
made of Reddit, maybe. I mean, I could try.
Alex. You were meant to... This is one of those jokes we could have shared in.
I don't like
He
sharing.
said his microphone was weak and pathetic, and I said, sounds like it's made of radits. And can I get a token haha, please?
No ho.
I'll get you later.
Promise.
Gadget.
That makes me giggly.
That word makes me giggly.
It's not very difficult, is it?
That any better? Can I still be heard?
Can I see it? All you got to do to make anything sound dirty is just pause for a second and just say moist.
It's really
And
irritating.
TK, can you wiggle your end again?
Yeah, hearing only out of one ear.
That's because I've just twatted it with a microphone. That better?
Is it?
I don't know. Is it?
No, not yet. Keep a wiggle. Oh, I heard a crackle. Crackle. Aha, there we go.
There?
We're back.
You're back.
Yay, my left ear missed me.
I didn't know he was aiming. Pardon me. I'm not well. I am down with the sickness. It's making me exceedingly lethargic.
I'm down with my homies.
Ooh,
Homie with the downs.
No, it's home with the downies. It's the...
Homie with the downs.
No.
If you've got downs, you might want to seek medical attention.
How are you meant to get medical attention for Down
I need an
syndrome?
adult.
Sudden onset Down syndrome. Explosive Down syndrome.
It just happened. I was walking down the street, suddenly Down syndrome.
Oh. And we've already just lowered the whole tone, and it's only been 14 minutes.
As if there was a tone to begin with. You know what we're like.
Well, I think
anything-
mostly it was a brown note.
If anything, it was a miracle it stayed as high as it did for so long. Well,
Excuse me.
that's sealed the deal now, isn't it?
Yes. If this was a certain other fairy-themed radio show, this would be a real version of that show now.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down. There's hundreds of them.
The one with the bald guy who
Yeah, that's
is
not narrowed it
apparently
down.
not Dr. Steele, but they both disappeared from the internet and announced their retirements at the same time.
Right, I'm with you. I know who you mean now.
Yes.
It was Dr. Steele that gave it away.
Because they look and sound exactly the same.
I can't really say I've seen much of Dr. Steele.
Didn't I give you some of the albums?
Potentially.
Because I know some of the songs that you would have liked from there.
Then again, me listening to music that isn't kids' TV themes at the moment is not really a thing.
Yeah.
I'm just addicted to the kids' television themes for some reason. I don't know why. It just is. It's the way the world's working at the moment, and that's how it's working for me. On the plus side, I now have over 2.5 hours worth of them. So, yay. Our collection, it doth grow. But yeah, Cards Against Humanity was good fun. The epic failing of the Google Hangout, though, was...
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. I think it's that exact position on my bed that I was in, where me and Celine had to make sure...
Carry on.
Alright, good.
Mascot flail.
Indeed.
Basically, because two of the players are in the same room, we had to be at opposite ends of the bed in different positions, with the pizza feast in between us, to make sure we couldn't see each other's screens and therefore compromise the game.
Yeah,
And also still hear both still use the same microphone.
It doesn't matter how you word it, it's not going to sound good.
I know, but the exact position I was in seems to be one that the Wi-Fi adapter on this laptop doesn't like.
it wasn't so much that. It was more the fact that I couldn't get sound properly, Pete couldn't get sound properly until we started using just one mic.
Yeah, the whole echoing issue from just Pete's thing alone.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell was causing that?
Hedgie still couldn't get his microphone to work.
Properly. He could to a degree. I could hear
To a
him
degree,
in places.
yeah. It's kind of quiet for... I mean, there's one bit where I said bonus points as to who gets a reference from this Nostalgia Critic card. And Hedgie did do the answer, and I could hear him through my headphones, and then playing back later, you can barely hear.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
But I've forgotten what audio codec I was using. I think it was MPEG 2 or something.
Interesting.
Whatever Bandicam had, because I was using Bandicam for that.
Fair enough. But that should be an interesting video when it's been edited and put up on the TigerTails gaming site.
I don't think I'm going to have to edit it that much, really. Just add letterboxing for the proper screen ratios.
And voila.
And yeah, number it straight up.
Awesome.
Of course, the second lot of games had the problem where we're in the Hangout and we kept on losing my voice because Celine was muting me, which therefore muted my microphone.
Genius.
And there was lots of dead air on that one, so I've got to find a way to fill it. Maybe with funny comedy splat noises. I don't know.
Or kind of like canned laughter.
Yeah. Or crickets.
Many crickets.
The sound of two tumbleweed blowing
I was
down the
going
main
to say, what
street.
sound does tumbleweed make apart from kind of puff, puff, puff?
I don't know. I just know that no matter how good a friend you are with somebody, when the tumbleweed goes by, you have to duel.
I've just seen Channel.
Well, what's in channel?
Werewolfie says, is there an up syndrome that makes people more cool?
Is he trying to say that Down syndrome people can't be cool? Yeah.
You'll have to ask him that.
Horse is a horse, of course, and no one can speak to a talking horse. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mrs. Gibbs Head. What? That ending just kind of threw me there.
Why do you think I didn't read that comment out? I read it
Because you were
before-
scared that you'd trip again? Or?
No, I read it before I decided to speak it out loud, and I saw the ending. I thought, yeah, I ain't going there.
I still haven't mastered the art of reading slightly ahead when I do copy, so...
Yeah, that's why I read completely ahead. I was like, yeah, that's an interesting looking comment. Oh, no, not going there. But Felix went there for me, so I didn't have to. And that's the joy of life. So, Mr. Alex, how has been your week?
The week has been quite standard, actually. It's just been new job, induction, new job stuff.
I was going to say,
It's not like
I
the
mean,
job is
you-
boring. It's just that working is boring.
You'd be surprised who listens to us. We tracked one of the IPs of our listeners straight back to Vatican City. You're just looking at me going, what?
Yeah, no, it's just the concept of not being in a job that you naturally enjoy, I suppose. But then I don't know what I enjoy, so.
well, I had that problem.
It's okay, I'm older than you. I still don't know what my actual enjoyable job would be.
Yeah. So until I actually find a job that is enjoyable, every job is thereby boring.
I see. Well, I think customer service seems to definitely be my thing because I appear to be reasonable at it.
There he is with Thang again.
Yeah. In fact,
Have you been listening to too much country and western?
I have.
Tang.
I mean, I have an award for my
An award!
for my customer service awesomes.
And he's holding it up, and any minute now, me and Alex will be able to see it on the screen.
Oh.
You'll just see this blur of paper.
Oh, you're not in HD, are you?
I'm not. No, I'm on.
But we are.
You are.
Glorious HD.
I'm in a
You
standard.
can see my dental work.
I'm in a standard definition corner. Apparently,
I-
with reasonable lighting.
Is that replaced IRC corner now? You're now in standard def corner.
I could put IRC corner in the other corner of the screen, couldn't I?
Yay!
That would be bad.
It can block out that terrible beanie.
I was thinking about having it just underneath my picture, actually.
I always wondered.
Yeah,
why
where
he
your
looks
arm
so
is now.
nervous.
Oh, I see.
He's just trying to hide the shadows underneath his eyes.
I've always had
I put it on
huge
the hat.
bags under my eyes. This is fact.
Yeah, I've got IKEA bags under my eyes.
But TK, you've known me for about a decade now. Have you ever seen me without the bags under my eyes?
No, I've seen old women trying to grab items out of the bags under your eyes.
Yeah, this is why I stopped going near the old folks' home.
Probably for the best.
And every single time I smell TCP, I just, turn the next corner instead.
It's the flashbacks. It's what they do to you.
One time in town, I was actually sort of going, the main road down towards the job centre where the bombed out church is.
Mm-hmm.
And just before I reached the Dolphin Hotel, you probably can see it, I go, why can I smell TCP? Just everywhere. And finally just comes slightly around that bend into view, and it's just a whole bunch of old people.
It's either TCP.
I had to stop and giggle and go, oh,
It's
God,
always
the
either
stereotype is
TCP
true.
or lavender.
Although I like the smell of lavender.
I used to until old people. It's ironic.
Or is
though,
it violets? No, it's violets I like.
apparently tigers don't go for catnip; they go for lavender. And they go, and I'm just thinking, but lavender's old people smell. Ew. Tigers are like Wayne Rooney. That's not cool.
I just
So
almost lost my beer.
we have found a way to solve the world's problems of there being too many old people.
Let tigers loose.
And the young people will be unaffected. But if
Because-
you're 50 and over,
If you have lavender smell, you will get bombarded by a tiger who.
Hang on, I'm trying to remember how old my mother is.
it'll cuddle you and wub you and break your neck.
Yeah, pretty much, because tigers are heavy.
It'll dubstep.
At least it won't try and eat you. That's one thing. It will, however, want to play with you a lot. And tigers are very
Giggity?
heavy. It's like,
No?
can you cope being flattened by 600 pounds of tiger meat?
I dated Willow, didn't I?
I'm keeping out of this.
I'm surprised I kept such a straight face that the whole time.
It's the thought process. He represses it.
I think my brain just shuts down in preparation.
It can see what's coming and thinks, nope, 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 not today.
Ah, funny.
Well, yeah, my week hasn't been too bad.
Yay.
Most of the weekdays have been full of not going to work because I had 2 days off.
Oh yeah, there's your day of glorious nothing.
Yep.
2 days of glorious nothing.
My God.
You have no idea how much nothing I crammed into those 2 days as well. What are you doing?
So the stain on the wall above the curtains, right above where the curtains join. By the time
not
I head to the
Jesus.
side, it looks like a confused owl.
It's not a stain so much as a watermark.
Well, if you actually pay for the premium version of this apartment, then the watermark will be gone.
And so our radio show will continue talking about things in real life that actually nobody who's listening can relate to.
Yeah. We're good at that.
Nah.
I see the fancy hats come off though.
It's because he doesn't deserve a fancy hat.
I deserve my fancy hat. I always deserve my fancy hat.
Because I can't wear my fancy hat.
But I can wear a
doesn't
fancy
go-
hat and TK, tie me. Wait a second. I'm trying to think of how I can rephrase that.
You can't. There is no coming back from that. There is no recovery whatsoever. Luckily for you, I understood what you wanted. And
Yay?
so I can provide you with the item of clothing with which you desire.
A dress?
No.
Oh, wait, no, that's Felicia Day.
What, do you desire to wear Felicia Day?
No?
How much more wrong can we make this? Answers on a
Tom
postcard to the
Hiddleston.
regular dress.
That's how much more wrong I could make that.
Sorry, you were looking wistfully away there. I thought I'd
It's
leave
like,
it to your mental thoughts.
Tom Hiddleston.
Totally hetero.
I'm comfortable enough in my sexuality to be able to do that.
So am I.
Yay!
Men. Anyway. Bill, will I get you your article?
That means I actually have to do my top button for once.
Doesn't really matter.
Yes, it does. One does not wear a tie with their top button undone.
And so the quick rundown of the week is over.
It is,
Yeah.
and now you're left to fill the air. Good luck.
Yes, well, luckily there is a lot of me to fill areas with.
Have you tried Atkins? Aha! Ah!
They're chucking ties around the studio.
have a
I will have like an audio
green one.
thing for those of hard of seeing to describe what is going on in the studio.
We're just pacifying ourselves. Carry on.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't work with this shirt. That's my only trouble. I have to wear my headphones weird.
Hopefully by the end of the month everything will be in order. and we
Nothing will be in order.
uh,
This is our show. We don't do order.
I'm hoping for the return of Xavier, so that he may. I never thought I'd say this. Save us.
Nah. Well, if he's saying he'll do the dishes in the sink if we pay him. It's like, Alex, you let the side down.
I stay away from IRC and all this. Like, there's
yes.
a reason I stay away from IRC
Quite justified.
Why do you stay away from IRC?
because you're in it.
Am I? Because I'm barely keep. One of us really does have to be.
Paying attention.
Carvanet? What's a carvanet?
Caravanette.
I have no
Like a
idea.
Female caravan
There we
or
go.
a smaller caravan.
Oh,
I lost an ear in my headphones there.
Here we go.
I am so happy I've got new headphones on order because these headphones are shit. Don't get
Do you want to
headphones
bring my Behringer HP 1000s?
No, because I'm getting some Sennheisers.
Oh.
They cost me £3.
Hey, my new headphones are Sennheiser.
Sennheiser are a good brand, so I would recommend Sennheisers.
I did. Well, I was in Asda and I needed new headphones because I've lost mine somewhere here.
Somewhere in amongst
Somewhere here. So I need some new ones. Like the Sennheiser ones were the ones with the best frequencies and the least bass.
pretty much.
But they did end up costing me a little bit more.
Sennheisers are worth the extra money, though. I've had Sennheisers in the past.
Oh yeah.
They've been
Of
amazing.
course, the first thing I did round here was I lost the pad to the left earphone here last week.
I
Oh no,
remember you
the right
saying.
earphone.
And I've not found it yet, so
It's probably deep within the sleeping bag.
oh dear.
Oh no.
It's like when Xavier was staying here over the weekend, he lost the little bag thing that the sleeping bag is kept in because he'd managed to sleep.
The sleeping
on it.
bag.
Yeah, the bag for the sleeping bag. He'd managed to put it in the sleeping bag,
What, his sleeping bag
Yep.
or your sleeping bag?
his sleeping bag.
How do you lose that?
He'd put it inside his own sleeping bag, and then got into said sleeping bag and pushed it all the way down to the end. So he was like spending a half hour or so frantically looking for this damn sleeping bag, only to find out it was inside his sleeping bag the whole time.
The more you know.
And Orphe's going, Felix is cravat this week. No, I wear the cravat, it's not him. See, here is it, cravat. It is very red and cravatty. That's a word now. Why do you look at me like that? I can see you all judging. It's a lovely cravat. I get told off at work when I don't wear it now, that's the trouble. One of my workmates has decided that she quite likes to look at the cravat. And
And
so,
she's adopted it herself?
no, but she tells me off now if I don't wear it.
No.
It's like,
This is how much, like, even at the Harbour Lights now, people just look at me with sadness if I show up without the hat.
indeed. It becomes like a trademark, doesn't it?
I'm just wondering whether or not I'm just that guy with a hat. Because I've
But I thought
already
you
put
said you're some guy
usernames
with a
everywhere.
waistcoat.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you're not wearing today.
Hmm?
He's
I
some guy with a
am wearing the
waistcoat.
waistcoat.
Where?
Let me stand up on. Naha!
Oh yeah, tell you what. My bad. It's just
Even
the same
with a
colour as
pocket
his shirt.
watch.
It blends in. I could not see the waistcoat. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I've just pulled my headphones out. Ouch.
Yeah, I had that problem when I stood up because I got trapped underneath my laptop.
There we go, plugged back in. Let's get them off the floor so I don't kick them
Yes,
again.
I am wearing the waistcoat.
Fair enough.
I
See?
always wear the waistcoat.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought he must be wearing the waistcoat. They must be in there somewhere.
Ah, on screen, I've now stood up with my awesomeness.
And my tie,
And your tie.
which is full of lions.
I could have made a martial arts joke then, and I lost the chance.
You did.
Tiger
You could have made a Captain
failure.
Planet. You could have made a Captain Planet reference as well, but you lost that as well.
No, that's Marty.
Oh yeah, my bad.
We're men. Yes, men in hats.
We are. We've all got hats.
Roam around thrift stores looking for spats.
My boulder still hasn't come yet.
It still hasn't come.
No. I've now got to the point where
I mean,
actually...
I did accidentally oversleep
No, because they
the
should
night after the other show.
They should have left a note, so...
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of accidentally woke up at about 1:30, 2ish, and I just like, oh fuck, TK's hat!
No, there should have been a note. There wasn't a note, so...
Nah. Which is a shame. I mean, where did you order from?
eBay.
Ah.
I'm currently in an eBay dispute now, so... Basically...
Well, I got mine from Village Hats, so and they delivered to me within like 2 days.
I mean, this hat came really quickly, so I was impressed with that. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice.
I rather like Village Hats. Shall we see if I've got any strepsils or anything in my...
No, it's fine. I'm just kind of very bunged up at the moment and quite throaty and dry throaty, and it's just nasty. And I've had to do a whole day on the phones because my training has been postponed by a day, so I start training for my new thing tomorrow. Rats. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
last week, but days off. Stop that.
Yesterday, I think it was. Was it the day before? It was either Friday or Saturday night where I was trying to record and just my voice kept on seizing up on me and I just wasn't feeling it that much. And
Yeah, I know that feeling.
it was a shame because I really wanted to finish off Doctor fucking Who and move on to Joker Saves the Ponies. And what comes after Joker Saves the Ponies?
I can't remember. I know you did mention once.
Oh, that's right. I had to split up Batman Saves the Ponies into 2 or 3 parts.
Yeah.
And after that, we have Anne Frank and Goku in Until the
That was
End of
it.
Time.
It was Anne Frank and Goku. That's probably why I forgot.
Yeah.
Blocked it
And that's
out
4
of my
A4
mind.
pages, which means I'm going to have to split that one up as well.
Just read the comments
Wow.
in IRC. Hats. TK at a wedding. Feeless at Trotter Independent Trading Company.
My hat is better than the fucking Trotters.
And Alex in a skate park.
Sweet.
My hair's messy. I've been at work all day.
Nobody wore a trilby in. No, Trigger sometimes did. Dale always had his flat peak cap.
You could,
And
you
what's
do,
weird is that somebody of my age actually remembers all that.
You do look a little bit used car salesman.
It's because I still need to shave. Yeah. I'm a couple of days due.
Yeah, you really ought to get on and fix that.
Yeah. So like that, if I have a cigarette, then I turn from used car salesman into horribly cliched noir detective. Let me see if I've got a cigarette handy.
Who could sell a used car?
Who could sell you a used car? Ooh, I found fire. I have all my zippers working again. Yay,
Yay.
fire! I just stopped holding that so close to my own stuff.
Yes, you probably should.
Yes, you probably should.
And Hedgie's at work, so... Stop playing with each other.
Would I set fire to my new housemate person?
I don't want to answer that, as that is a.
I'm just suddenly thinking all those times, you know, of Alex when I'm gone to go, he's okay, but at least we don't have to fucking live with him. He's got that face that actually means he's probably said that at some point as well. You bastard! And this is coming from a literal bastard.
Oh no, I've been upgraded to Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
And I'm Diamond Geezer?
And Angel Grammy Knitswell.
One's for you, Granny.
I will totally take Isambard Kingdom Brunel. Yes, I like that.
TK on rails, Fearless on tires, and Angel on skates. You sound like 3 consecutive variety acts.
It's really good fun.
Should we go on to some news?
Yes, we probably should. That means I've got to play a jingle, doesn't it?
It does.
I've got to do work. Fine. I've got to...
I'm sorry, could you speak up? Where were you going?
Is he going to the little dark song room?
Yes.
All silence for the jingle.
You can swivel that.
And gaming news we have.
Oh yay.
Oh yay, I've even got some today. I mean, fucking hell.
Am I the only person that actually bothers to pick up some gaming news during the week?
I've got some now. I've been seeing stuff and it made me giggle. But would you like to go first? As is kind of tradition.
Because I'm the only one who ever has things prepared ahead of time.
You and Pete do, yeah.
Indeed.
And
Well,
so-
no, Pete's usually got the mad scramble just before the show, and I'm usually just sort of
Yeah,
like...
he compiles it all on his phone, so it's the mad scramble to get it onto a thing he can actually use.
So... Oh, there you go. Stick of Truth news.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the majority of players who've gotten South Park: Stick of Truth aren't going to get to see the game in its entirety.
Oh, why not?
There are a handful of scenes that are censored in the EMEA version of the upcoming RPG.
Really?
EMEA would be Europe, Middle East, and Africa.
Why?
Apparently, this was Ubisoft's decision.
Oh.
Not the Peggy or the rating guys. 7 scenes of 20 seconds each are censored in the EMEA console versions of South Park: Stick of Truth.
Why?
The decision to cut this content from the game was made by Ubisoft EMEA. These scenes include a minigame in which the Doctor is performing an abortion on the player,
Okay.
a minigame in which the player is performing an abortion on the character Randy, 5 anal probing scenes involving actively being probed. The scenes will play out as normal before and after the active probing scene.
I see.
Each censored scene will be replaced by an image background and description text selected by Matt and Trey.
Do you know, it's almost worth getting the censored version just to see that.
Yeah. Apparently, no look at this apart, this image background be hilarious. In the censored Australian version of the game, quite a few of those scenes were replaced by images of crying koalas. When reached for comment by Eurogamer, Ubisoft's UK office said this was a marketing decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
As in, we took the scenes out so we could flog it in as many countries as possible.
I don't know, because I didn't know that, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa were all lumped together into their own acronym.
Not that I until now, but there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an Ubisoft thing, because Ubisoft are French, aren't they?
What are we talking about?
Maybe. The censored Stick of Truth.
Oh, right.
Yes.
What
See what
area
you missed
is
out on?
this?
The EMEA area.
Oh, EMEA, yeah.
Europe,
Eastern
Middle East.
Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Yeah.
No, it's Europe in general, apparently. Yeah,
If it's Eastern Europe,
EMEA,
so much
Europe,
better.
Middle East, Africa. All of Europe, so we're not going to get the full version. Unless the Pirates will on 360.
Yep.
The PC
Apart from
version,
that,
though.
and the PC version, inevitably.
Well, you say that, but is UK still technically classed as Europe according to the gaming community? Because I've seen I've seen a lot of UK and Europe in various
The
things.
UK gets the European classifications for the most part.
Normally, yeah, but not every time.
Bear in mind, this is not a classification thing though. This is a Ubisoft itself.
Indeed.
So they're going to classify all of Europe.
It's a localization thing. So, are we going to get are we going to get the uncut localized version or the cut?
It's looking pretty doubtful.
Either way, it'll be worth it to see what Trey and Matt do with the.
It will.
Let's see the descriptions.
And quite a few people have said, well, I don't give a shit if it's a total of 3 minutes of censored material. Those scenes were the ones that South Park is all fucking about. And then quite a lot of people just sat there going, so you're boycotting Matt and Trey. Like, no, I'm boycotting fucking Ubisoft on this.
Well,
Reading comprehension.
How about we just wait until it comes down in price and then get it from a second-hand store? That way Ubisoft won't get the money anyway.
Or wait until a Steam sale.
Oh yeah, well,
An inevitable Steam sale. Although, if you go to it's being published by 2K, isn't it?
Oh, probably, yeah.
And they've got a sale on the pre-order already, so you can get 25% off.
That's not bad.
If the sale hasn't finished yet on the EA
Besides
Digital
which,
Store.
it depends how quickly it comes into a Humble Bundle as well.
Well, anything by Gearbox and EA is 75% off at the moment.
Really?
For at least another day or so. Yeah, on the Take-Two Interactive Store. Which is how I got the Borderlands Game of the Year edition and Civilization 5 for a grand total of £8.99.
Bargain.
Damn good bargain. I mean, Civ 5 is only, a year and a half old? And still a highly sought-after game. It's still pretty much full price over on Steam.
I can't remember if I got it or not. Has it come out on PlayStation Plus recently?
No. When is PlayStation Plus updating for us?
I think it's updated. I need to go and check out the news.
Nothing's updated on the store for me. At all.
To the Vita. Ah, there we go.
To the Vita Mobile!
That was quick. Right then. Vita, what say ye? Have there been updates on the next?
I went to the main store and nothing is updated. There's a random Borderlands 2 sale, like 25% off.
Because I know there's not much on this update. Let's see. Start. While that's loading, I'll quickly crack on with a bit of my news I found.
Minecraft news?
No.
Your craft means.
That's something you can have in a minute. I'm going to copy this to the other
Well, it's a
screen.
short piece of news that we can talk about and make the obvious joke.
Well, I found that the Fez will be coming out on the PS4, PS3, and Vita. And there has been a release date announced.
I remember something about this.
Yeah.
Or is it? No, I'm confused. I don't remember something about this. Fez just got unlocked on this month's indie bundle. That was it.
Ah, cool. Blog post explains that the game will run at a native resolution on the Vita of 720p. Oh, sorry, it'll run at native on the Vita.
The Vita's native resolution is what they call QHD, which is a quarter of full HD resolution.
It will run at 720 and 60 frames per second on the PS3, and 1080 and 60 on the PS4.
The Vita is actually starting to get some real love.
And it'll be fully supported by cross-play and cross-buy. Ooh.
I'm actually looking forward to this year on the Vita.
Well, there hasn't been much added to the game. The PS4 version will make use of the DualShock 4's light bar, and 3D TV support is included. Ooh, very nice. And the date it will be available for the PS4, PS3, and PS Vita is the 25th of March in North America and the 26th of March in Europe. So that's not that far away. End of the month.
I'm not going to rise to the fact that somebody said PC Master Racing channel.
You just did.
I own a PC, but I also one of those people that remembered that when Yahtzee said glorious PC Master Race, he was taking the piss out of PC gamers.
It was
he wrote a 2-page article explaining how he was taking the piss out of us PC gamers. And we never got the point. It's like those people that took Ali G as an actual role model and ruined the joke forever.
The people about Grand Theft
Auto. To be fair,
t-shirts.
it was a very small subsection of incredibly elitist PC gamers that Yahtzee was taking the piss out of.
I say, yes, your glorious PC Master Race. How are you enjoying SimCity? Yeah. How are you enjoying Grand Theft Auto 5?
The main difference between a PC and a console is standardized hardware and the removal of a North Bridge. Without the pesky North Bridge having to interface between every single possible combination of components, you can A, speed up things, dramatically between every single component in there, and have more standardized gaming libraries, which makes it so much easier. That's why a really shitty graphics card on a console can perform equal to mid-range gaming PC rigs with a much better graphics card.
Dynasty Warriors Next is available on PSN.
Yeah, that was last month, wasn't it?
I'm being told I'm not allowed to download it though, because I don't have enough memory card space.
Oh. Well, I've only got the 8 gig memory card.
I've got the 16 gig memory card.
At the moment, my Vita is filled with Persona 4, which hasn't left it since I downloaded it.
I've still got to install that.
Terraria, Lego Lord of the Rings, which was February's offering, and Killzone without the patch update because I don't have enough space.
Wipeout 2048, Guacamelee, Motorstorm RC.
You mean you didn't get Mod Nation?
I got Mod Nation races as well. Sonic and All Stars Racing, Touch My Katamari, Cinemora, Table Football. I've also got...
I like that. Your box is hiding my hat.
Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, Lemmings, Crystal
Wait, when was Soul Calibur Broken Destiny on?
It's a PSP game.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it yonks ago for the PSP. And so I can copy it to my Vita. I've got about 10 minis installed. Oh no, to tell a lie, 15 minis installed. I've got Abe's Odyssey installed. I've got a load of PlayStation mobile games.
Well, again, the Vita gets a lot of love this year. I mean, we get Borderlands 2 for the Vita, which would apparently be functionally identical to the console experience.
Blimey.
Then we get the Telltale Games Borderlands game on the Vita.
Ooh.
Final Fantasy X and X-2 next month.
That's true.
And X-2 is worth playing for a couple of reasons.
I can play 10 on the Vita.
We can. I'll be buying it. Do you want me to?
Blitzball on the go.
I will be picking it up on launch day if possible. Do you want me to? Do you want to give me the money and I'll pick up both at the same time?
What, the actual physical memory card?
Yes. Which is what I'll be doing because the Vita version comes with 10 on the card. No. It's the same bundle for both, but the Vita version comes with 10 on the card. And I still say that's one of the best battle systems in Final Fantasy so far.
Really? I've not played enough of 10.
If you take away the ultra girly Sailor Moon transformation thing, it is basically the best version of the job class system thus far.
Well, it's nice to know that 10.2 is good for something. Yeah. Obviously not for plot and story and things like that, but okay for the battle.
It's good for pacing. They paced the story well. And pacing is something that's really hard to do properly.
Isn't that right? Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah.
The next 2 hours of the show will be filled by us laughing at that.
Worth it. So yeah, I'm going to blitzable on the go like a screaming faggot because I'll be getting it on the PS3 as well. Why does it not support cross-buy? Damn you, Square Enix.
I think people are expecting everything to be cross-buy now. And that's what's hurting a lot of companies, because they don't want to make everything cross-buy because a lot of extra effort on their part.
Yeah.
Well, if they could make it cross-play, that would be nice.
Cross-play is good, but cross-buy is just something not every company can do, and loads of people are expecting it for no real reason.
I know a lot of Sony first-party titles are cross-buy, which is nice, because I do intend at some point to pick up All-Stars Battle Royale.
Wow, because I can't remember if I bought that, if I got that for free in my first ever PlayStation Plus package.
Oh, I don't know. I got the demo, and I enjoyed kicking ass with Parappa the Rapper, so
I actually like using Raiden.
I want to get the full game, and so I can battle on, because it's hella fun.
I mean, they used Metal Gear 4 Raiden for that, so he was actually worth using.
Fair enough. Well, maybe not. I have no idea.
Basically, Raiden in Metal Gear 2. Yeah, kind of a bitch, nobody liked him. Metal Gear 4, he came back about, was it halfway through the game?
Yeah.
So after the first cutscene then?
And suddenly he was actually a more well-rounded character and a bit of a badass as well, so...
Fair enough.
Vomiting semen.
What?
What?
Are things that he lacks because he was a cyborg by then.
No, I swear I've been through this before. There's a part of the game where he's fighting Vamp on top of Metal Gear Rex from the original. And
From the original, you mean from the third game? Fourth game?
yes, the third game.
There's Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid, then Metal Gear,
No, it's Metal Gear
Solid 2.
No, Metal Gear Solid.
No, Metal Gear,
And Metal Gear,
Metal Gear
Solid.
2.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, I know.
There are
I
two
know
Metal Gears, and then
you
we
said
moved
the
on to
fourth,
Solid.
but it's the third one if you want to be like that.
Metal Gear, Metal Gear Solid,
There is no
Metal
metal.
Gear Solid 2.
What are you going on about? There is no metal. What are you're crazy.
I'm talking about the old 2D games. Those are counted.
No, canonically it's Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2, and then...
I've just noticed how much we're clipping, so I'm just lowering our volume
But
levels a
technically, we're
bit.
just adding even more to that, because technically it goes...
No, Snake's Revenge doesn't count.
Because we have to start with
No,
Metal Gear
Ghost Battle
3.
doesn't count.
We have to go with Metal Gear 3, then Metal Gear.
Metal Gear 3 doesn't exist.
Did people
Fuck you, Hideo Kojima!
Did people
Fuck
listening on
you.
YouTube? Are we clipping horribly?
Are we clipping horribly?
How are we clipping?
I don't know. I don't have my usual source of
I can see it going into the red on our thing.
But-
So
No, there is a point in the game where they're fighting above it, and Raiden gets stabbed in the gut by Vamp, and he starts vomiting white sauce. It's cyborg blood.
We're
but it
with
looks
chicken
like semen.
chunks. Yeah, I was saying he's a cyborg by then. Oh, I said he has neither because he's a cyborg. But no, he has both because he's a cyborg.
Yep.
reasons.
Schooled.
Jeez.
I have been.
Yeah, don't fight me.
Don't fight the one who knows the battles.
Oh, speaking of battles, Alex, have you heard what they've announced for Ultra Street Fighter 4?
Yes, the edition select, which is stupid.
If you enjoyed playing as old Street Fighter 4 characters and didn't like all the upgrades, you can now turn them off and play as classic Street Fighter 4 characters.
I
What,
can just-
against the upgraded characters?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, no, not upgraded, changed characters, which means I can go back and play original Sagat, like
Yeah.
like Street
a
Fighter
skank.
4 Sagat, where he is actually stupid.
Way OP.
Is this anything like unlocking the X characters in Guilty Gear X2? Because if you have X chip and non-X chip, it's a fucking curb stomp in the upgraded character's favor.
Well, you could basically choose the top tiers of each edition.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like the fact that Ryu can't zone properly, like he can't at the moment, you can go back to when he could.
Back in the classic days, what I'd like is Street Fighter 4's game engine, but Street Fighter 2's graphics. Give me them
Wasn't there
sprites
the
back.
Super Street Fighter 2 HD edition done entirely with OC remix music?
Yes, there was, and it was awesome. Well, no, it was as good as Super Street Fighter 2 could be. The music was awesome, I'll give it that. but
Yeah, they're
I'm not a
making this
fan of
big
Super.
deal about it being the first ever game made entirely with fan remixed music.
And it was pretty awesome. And they released the soundtrack for free, which was even better. So
And in my case, it's a case of, well, let's take this to its logical extreme. Every theme is Guile's theme.
no,
Because it goes with everything.
Ryu's theme and Ken's theme has also got to be in there. It's not straightforward without Ryu's theme somewhere.
But Guile's theme goes with everything.
Indeed, but you.
I was eating pasta the other night, and Guile's theme went with it.
Oh, yeah.
It makes a tasty sauce, but you can have too much of a good thing.
I know not of this moderation of which you speak.
There's a comment I could say that. I'm not going to because I'm polite. And let's move on.
I suddenly really want to hear it.
Yeah, no, you don't. So moving on. Any more news, or has Alex got some?
Curiosity has been piqued.
It killed the
News.
cat.
Well, I have plenty of news.
cat got
I'm waiting
unlucky,
for you
that's
guys
all.
Okay. This one is going to be great. 3D Realms acquired by Duke Nukem RPG developer.
There's a Duke Nukem RPG.
It's not even April yet. So,
There's a Duke Nukem RPG?
yes.
When?
The one that was
There's a-
like been legal arguments and getting probably canned and stuff.
I have no idea, but basically, a Danish investment firm called SDN Invest, who were there behind Rise of the Triad reboot.
Ah, that was okay.
They've acquired basically 3D Realms. Responsible for blah blah blah. But
Blah, blah, blah,
the
blah, blah.
founder
Did you-
is like,
You mean Mike Nielsen,
yes,
founder of SDN Invest,
yes.
who has been appointed the new CEO of 3D Realms?
Unlike you, I don't do robotic voice like Pete. He just reads from it, and it really frustrates me because he has no emotion put into it.
I
Like,
missed
he
out a
reads
few
the
words.
news story like this.
You do realise Pete listens to this, don't
I
you?
know, Pete. It's a hint. Get it? Emotions.
Show emotions.
I was waiting for my phone to go off.
emotion.
Anyway,
Wait for my phone to go off with just a 2-word message.
kill him.
Whack him.
Oh, I was going to say you would be the second word, but hey, whatever.
But yes, the
Continue.
founder of SDM Invest, Mike Nielsen, has been appointed as the new CEO of 3D Realms. Wow. I honestly, looking at this article, it's kind of like 3D Realms is legendary for its contributions to the gaming industry, as both the pioneer of the shareware model and as an always generous partner who has provided both funding and guidance to the game studios such as ID Software, Parallax Software, Remedy Entertainment, and many others.
What? Wait.
What he said was that, in a press statement, Nielsen said 3D Realms is legendary for its contributions to the gaming industry, as both the pioneer of the shareware model.
And stop there.
Okay,
That is such a lie. Shareware was around for many, many years before 3D Realms were.
Pete bought 0.4 beta.
I have a copy of ZZT. That was Tim Sweeney's first game.
I still have the
Or ZZT.
shareware version of Half-Life Blue Shift. You know when you got like a full third of the game?
Well, ZZT gave you the whole full first episode of the game for free. And it was back in the 90s, the early 90s, like 91, somewhere around there. May even have been 89, perhaps. I can't remember. And 3D Realms, I don't think were even thought of back then. So they can go fuck themselves if they think 3D
You know
Realms
what?
are the pioneer.
I
of
just suddenly
shareware.
remembered what I did
Yeah.
this week that I forgot to mention.
Masturbated.
No, I took part in the open audition to be one of the side characters in Dragon Age 3 Inquisition.
Oh.
Like, legit script with directions and stuff I had to send in.
Wait, what?
Dragon Age 3 has open auditions for a character.
Wait, what?
Dragon Age 3, open auditions for an NPC.
And you missed them.
And it's actually open till March.
It is March.
Open till the 20th of March?
Link me.
I'll send you a link a little later.
Link me.
Alex wants to be in this game.
I found out
of
through
everybody in this town.
I found
that
out
we
through
know,
my voice coach.
Who here loves doing voices and shit? Who loves that sort of shit? Hedgie says that he loves, wants to be a voice actor, but he actually wants to sing. That's different. I, on the other hand, love doing voice work.
In that case, I've got a video you might want to watch. And it was the Mongols guys at Eurofrance, and they give pretty much an hour-long course on voice acting.
Oh, I think I saw bits and pieces of that, maybe. But yeah, that'll be useful.
It's definitely worth
If you
the
want
whole thing.
a
It's
good,
amazing.
cheap, and half-decent vocal coach, there's also Lucas Schuneman, also known as the voice acting ninja. who has been in many, many things like Cooking Mama, Deus Ex The Fall, one of the main characters in the MOBA Strife that's just coming out. If anybody wanted a recommendation,
No, if I want to get vocal coaching, I would approach people like Frank Welker.
well,
or
I
Jim
did like
Cummings.
Lucas because he sorted out a whole plan of, you know, what you're looking for, what are we doing, and settled on everything that before he asked for payment and set up a date for the first session.
That's pretty cool.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
back
yeah,
to
where were we?
3D Realms, where we were talking about them. Tangent.
That was a relevant tangent.
Yeah,
though.
basically, I can understand Mike Nielsen is, you know, what's the word?
I don't
Bigging
know,
them up.
I suppose.
It's not a technical term, but bigging up 3D Realms. Yeah. 3D
Totally a
Realms
technical
has
term.
always been a defining part of the PC games industry. This is actually someone else now. Frederick Schrabier, CEO of Interceptor
Where is it? Point to it on the screen. Frederick Schreiber. Or maybe Schreiber. Either or.
Anyway,
You've been to Germany!
getting 3D Realms under our wings is a huge step for us, and we're extremely excited about the acquisition.
Huge step backwards.
And yeah,
I want to spend 13 years making a game that someone else makes.
Finally, Scott Miller, co-founder of 3D Realms, added, "My longtime partner George Brossard and I are extremely proud of our past, especially as developers who have always tried to partner up."
What does he mean by long-term partner?
It took them 13 years to make a game. That's quite long term.
Partner with up-and-coming studios who just needed their break. Our history shows that we did that. Sorry, our history shows that. Fuck you, Fearless. Fuck you.
Really?
What? What did I do?
Their history shows fuck you, Fearless.
Oh, did I just add homoerotic subtext that's thrown you off completely?
Yes.
I've heard of Wreck-It Ralph, but never fuck you, Fearless.
It's
shows
just
we
straight
did
to DVD title I made earlier this year.
Our history shows that we did that throughout the 1990s and 2000s, which I don't remember.
That's 'cause
I don't
you were
remember
drunk.
the noughties. The noughties. What did 3D Realms do in the noughties?
I remember those.
Junior
The naughties.
Forever.
Those were the bad guys from Neverending Story 3, right?
But
Jack Black was one of them.
Was he playing Jack
But you
Black?
get it. And I expect the new 3D Realms to continue with the tradition in
No,
full force of making games 13 years at a time.
Was playing a school bully who did not come pre-installed with Cobra Kai, so
Our industry needs more good guys who honor the profession and fellow hardworking developers. They worked hard on that game, man.
Was he speaking ironically?
I don't know. But the more I read that article, the more I thought, my God, they're all fucking morons. they're all delusional.
it's not like Senator Palpatine.
Yes.
They go, instead of announcing my candidacy for re-election, I'm announcing that you're all morons.
That was a brilliant.
God,
fake
how
trailer.
old is that sketch?
That was a brilliant fake trailer. I really enjoyed that.
That was around. Actually, that was a strangely prophetic trailer for the most part, because it came out before episode 2 did.
Episode 3.
I think it came out before episode 2, because I was 15 or 16 when it came out.
It was way back in like the 2006 era, wasn't it? It was like the start of YouTube.
Again, I'm 28 this year.
You are old, man.
I'm
Coming
as
at
young
30
as I feel.
At nearly 33, I'm pretty old myself, but still, you are old.
I have all the maturity of a 15-year-old.
Well, we are nearly 10 on the radio. Come
Yeah.
July the 20th, we'll hit 10 years of age. That's a long time. But yeah, that was a brilliant trailer.
It's so
Although
much
it is
fun.
somewhat of a sidetrack from what we were talking about.
Just a little.
Speaking of sidetracks,
Oh?
you know the gaming press, the games in general get a hard time that whenever something happens and there's a game console involved, it's not always the game console's fault.
Mm.
A 12-year-old schoolboy who raped his 7-year-old sister.
Oh, this news is a month old. I
I
just
know.
deleted it from my bookmarks, so I
After
didn't get to it.
After he watched hardcore porn on on a friend's Xbox One, has walked free from court.
Oh, he's gone free.
He's gone free.
Because the parents were trying to blame the Xbox.
Yep.
I remember this.
The boy, now aged 13, pleaded guilty to 1 count of rape, 2 counts of indecent assault, and 1 count of inciting a child to engage in sexual activity. In a statement, the offender said that he was disgusted with his actions and promised it would not happen again.
Or as Alabama calls it, Family Tuesday nights.
Sentencing him, district judge, which is fucking hard to say, James Prowse.
District Judge?
Yeah. James Prowse said he thought it highly improbable that the boy would reoffend in this way, as he followed the recommendations of a youth offending team to impose a 12-month referral order. Detaining him would tear the family apart and would expose him to hardened and sophisticated youth offenders, he said. In a victim impact statement, the girl said that she was sad at what her brother had done, but she wanted him to come home because she loved him and missed playing games with him. As long as the game wasn't hide the sausage. Judge Prowse,
I wasn't going to go there.
Judge Prowse said the referral order would be intense and was specifically tailored to deal with last year's events. He said it was going to be a tough haul for the parents, who were also confronting the abuse of their daughter, but he said that they felt that they were going to get there. It's understood that the boy had viewed porn on an Xbox games console at a friend's house. The content had led to a sexual conversation between the group of friends, the court heard. Addressing the boy and his father, Judge Prowse said, "Some of the others were telling you what they had done, and probably been imaginary rather than real. Because of your immaturity, you were not able to recognise it, and that made you feel further behind the scene. When you started watching pornography, you had a desire to try it out, having watched what adults were doing. Society's view on pornography covers a whole spectrum from complete condemnation on one side to being laissez-faire on the other, but even the most liberal-minded share society's profound unease that children of your age can, and do, access the internet and watch graphic images of sexual intercourse." He added that the technological change had been enormous in the last 10 years, with online access now readily available on mobile phones and games consoles. There was lots of more blah, and it basically winds up with the boy being told that he'll be placed on the sex offenders register for 2.5 years. But other than that, he is free to go, and he's going to be reintegrated with his family in a course of a program.
There is an impressionable age where most kids will try things out. And it is possible that some of them viewing certain things could be spurred to try things out a bit more vigorously.
Yeah.
However, this is the parent's job.
Well,
It's a friend's house, but his friend's parents should also have known better than to unrestricted access completely.
apparently, the parents themselves actually monitored online use of both children and had, put things in place to make sure that they didn't get access to this content. But yeah, the friend's parents really let the side down.
They did.
And muchly so. But yeah, I do agree that kids will try to emulate what they see. I mean, do you remember this spate of
doctors and nurses? Loads of little kids played doctors and nurses.
Yeah. I remember the kids playing Power Rangers and beating the shit out of their parents because they see the Power Rangers do it and then decided that they were going to copy what they saw on the television. So yeah, they do have that impressionable age where they will see things and try to imitate it.
I was actually surprised that latex doesn't really spark that much when it's hit with a bullet. Or directed energy weapon. Not that I have any of those.
No, of course not. Cough. You need your hat for that. Ah, there we go. Stand by hat. That's better.
You can't actually see me over my own.
Yeah, that's all we can see is the smile, and that's kind of what makes it better.
I can't type to IRC.
Not now, no.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it's my time to do news.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Ah.
Us adults have finished doing the real news.
Doopy-doopy-doo.
Is that news?
No,
It's
I'm
doopy-doo
deciding what
news.
to go for. Here we go. As of this May, the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service for the original DS and the Wii will be ending. This includes online play, matchmaking, and leaderboards for many Nintendo DS, DSi, and Wii games.
Wait,
Yeah, but they also had online functionality. The Wii Shop, for example, and the DSi Shop, video-on-demand services.
Wait, are they turning off the shops as well?
They're keeping on the shop and the video-on-demand services for a little while.
Really?
We don't know how long for. Game functionality that does not require an internet connection will remain unchanged.
Well, I should hope so.
And this includes many, many games, like, apparently...
Is this their desperate attempt to coax people into buying the Wii U?
The list of affected Nintendo titles includes 100 classic books, Advance Wars, Custom Robo Arena, Dragon Quest IX somehow. There's a huge load of them. Obviously, the Pokemon games, because they all require fucking internet crossplay stuff. Star Fox Command, Tenchu, Tetris DS somehow is affected by the offlineness.
Okay.
DSiWare, not many of those. There's a huge list if you go to support.nintendo.com/services update.
Willmyshitwork.com. Short answer, no.
Long answer.
Probably not.
No.
No. Buy a Wii U. To which the rest of us go, no.
Yeah.
Not a chance in hell. This is why we are buying PlayStation and Xboxes. Because fuck the Wii U. Fuck the Wii U so hard.
There are a couple of games on Wii U that I kind of want to try.
Yeah.
Wonderful 101, for example.
Couple of games does not justify console purchase.
It doesn't, which is why I don't own a Wii U.
And that's why you wait a couple of years until
This
they
is
have
why, for quite a while, there were more games on the 360 that interested me than there were on the PS3. Because for a little while, the 360 looked like it had the wonderful RPG future ahead of it, whilst the PS3 was kind of a wasteland for a little while. And then the roles reversed.
And the PS3 started getting games and shit.
And the PS3 started getting games and shit. And I have a PSN account when I do grab myself a PS3. I'll be quite well entertained.
Yeah, especially as with PlayStation Plus, as long as you're making purchases online, you can get all the PS3 games still.
I can.
And I've been doing that with the PS4.
The same thing as with the 360 as well. A bit more recent.
I'm going to take my hat off.
Aha. I get what Wolfie did in channel there with his cunning stunt.
Indeed.
It's much like Alex is such a shining wit.
And hello to Southpaw, who's been in channel as well.
Yes, Southpaw appeared a little while ago, actually.
Indeed, I said hello to him in
such
channel.
wit. Why am I such wit?
Huh? I said you are such a shining wit.
I can see.
I don't get it.
Tick, 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 tick. It's much like those other things. Those jokes where you substitute the first syllable.
Like cunning
So,
stuff.
for example, what's the difference between my mother and a deer?
There's nothing.
Well, one of them is a hunted stag, while the other
It's a deer!
is a stunted hag, is what we were going for. You see, so you being such a shining wit, we're actually
No,
saying...
I get it now.
Are you sure? Do I have to play
I
Mark Hamill's
refuse.
Joker at you?
Werewolf, he just says, Cupid stunt. Nay, a truer word been said.
Indeed.
What time is it? It is now 9 minutes past the hour. So by the
Indeed.
time
So
everyone
we've
heard
got
this,
a bit more news.
I was going to say, by the time everyone hears this, it'll be 11 minutes past the hour.
Yay!
Lag, we
So,
love it.
here's a random not tweet from the last
yes.
few days.
I saw this.
Someone is trying to leak the fact that we're working with Warner Brothers on a potential Minecraft movie.
Well, that wasn't what I thought.
I wanted to be the leak.
And here's now the leak.
Isn't there already a Minecraft movie? What was it called? The Lego Movie! Actually, they're talking with Warner Brothers, and apparently the Lego Movie producer will be working on the Minecraft film.
I know. It's like Home from Home. There was actually going to be a Minecraft movie made, but
There was a documentary made.
yeah, there was going to be a full-on Minecraft movie actually made in Minecraft, but Mojang kind of squashed that.
Aw.
And now we know why, because they've got a movie contract possibly with Warner Brothers, so they can't really have competition out there.
No.
So yeah, but at least that's a very good reason. That was more.
Which one of those I translate to
4 p.m.
GMT?
Either way,
Gabe Newell will be doing a Reddit AMA.
Oh my god, what we all know was going to be the most bloody...
Hey, it's today, right?
I don't know.
He's doing it today.
You're the one reading the news. You tell us.
And you guys realise it's the 3rd of the 3rd, right? You see where I'm going with this?
Don't even go there.
You see where I'm going with this?
Just don't. Just don't. Don't.
Moving on. Moving on,
you
or do
see-
I have to bring up another one?
Did you see the other Notch tweet?
No, I didn't.
Basically, he revealed one of the many emails he gets from various companies saying that they'd like to distribute their product within Minecraft's installer. Basically saying, well, we install this other project, which then
You know,
installs other services.
was it Ask? Was it the Ask toolbar? Because
No.
they ask everyone.
But it was something along those lines, and Notch actually posted his reply, which basically tell them not only will we not work with your company ever, but you should be ashamed for asking, and why don't you go and get a proper job? if you cannot leave your current employment, then you have my sympathy.
That was, did you get the message, Alex? I gave you the link to the...
You did indeed. It
I did,
sparked
good.
talk.
Well, if he says that the Minecraft movie will be filmed in 140p.
No, but my YouTube does have a 140p or 144p option.
Indeed it does.
For good reasons.
Yeah, for many old videos.
No, not for old videos. It was because many parts of the third world don't have the best of internet connections.
Ah.
But YouTube is more and more popular there. So they actually did it so that, students in Africa could get a hold of there's actually a large amount of educational content on YouTube. The Vlog brothers do quite a few things. They're Crash Course 101s.
Yep.
Which is excellent.
Was that Red and Link? Or was that the other guys? Was that Tom Hank and the other one?
I'm not good with names.
Or was it Tom Green? It's Hank and Green, something like
You
that?
know how long it took me to remember your name?
Yes.
Exactly.
Almost as long as it took you to remember yours.
What's your
Well,
name?
just because my parents were so very poor, they used sugar bags instead of nappies. And it was only about 3 years ago I realised my name wasn't Tate and Lyle.
Oh, there you go. It rhymes with Kyle.
But no, the 140p
Tate
thing
and
is for very slow connections over in places like Africa. So that they can still get YouTubey goodness.
I always wondered about your name, Silver Spoon.
I still buy Tate and Lyle.
So do I. We buy it by the 5 kilo bag.
Which actually rhymes with my real name.
I know.
Which was actually mentioned during the Cards Against Humanity.
I mentioned about 8 minutes ago. 8 seconds ago. But one thing
Was
I do
it?
wonder
Did
though.
we say my name?
Yes, I did. But you weren't paying attention. So,
Oh,
so fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Today, or not today, actually over the weekend, I uploaded a video to YouTube. It was our second Minecraft video that we streamed over Twitch. 7 gigabytes of it.
Ow.
It uploaded in an hour.
That's not too bad.
That was fucking amazing. Normally it takes an hour and a half, 2 hours to upload a gig. And now I can upload 7 of them in an hour. Oh, you should have seen my happy face. It was a happy face. It was such a happy face. And then it took about a day and a half to process. Yeah, processing takes a long time on YouTube.
It does. We got time for a few more bits of news?
Well, it's just coming up to 15:15.
Yeah,
So
so
why not?
I can do a couple of quick bits.
Yeah, because we don't have things like Question of the Week and that to fill, so...
Beginning from this weekend just gone, Pokemon has come to Netflix. Yay!
Oh, speaking of which, have they finished the Twitch Plays Pokemon yet?
I think they have. The last place I saw an update for was Kotaku, so...
Oh, so we can't trust that as far as we can throw it?
They've gotten better, come on.
Yeah, no. That's like saying the Daily Mail now has slightly less racist and homophobic and xenophobic articles. They're still full of racism, xenophobia and homoerotica. No, homophobia. But yeah, they're getting better.
They've gotten better as far as actually, reporting instead of just reporting what other people have already reported. And they've gotten better at moderating some debates as well.
Daily Mail or Kotaku?
Kotaku.
Ah, okay. Daily Mail will never.
Let us not mention the Daily Fair. I'm sorry, I appear to be caught in a redirect loop.
You currently look like you're nibbling on your fingers.
Do I?
I want a muffin.
Oh.
Alex.
I am kind of hungry.
Alex, why don't you eat a muffin?
I'm good, thank you very much.
I know, as far as I know, it's coming to a close. The Twitch Plays Pokemon. I haven't been keeping up with it myself, really.
No.
Didn't
Twitch
interest me.
Plays Pokemon, the original has finished, and they have now started Crystal.
Didn't they get enough of the
Oi.
first one?
Is it Crystal? I can't remember. It's
Uh,
Generation 2.
You tell me.
Meanwhile, Snow Leopard will no longer be receiving updates.
Normal
Apple
XP.
has killed off their Snow Leopard.
Aw. Like they weren't an
Yes.
endangered species already.
Well, they haven't made an official statement, but, Apple will pretty much only ever provide updates for the newest and most awesome operating system and the most recent predecessor.
Hasn't the newest one gone away from cats now? They're like run out of cats and it's now called something stupid.
They go to Mountain Lion and now whatever the new one is.
Mm.
But the weird thing is that, surprisingly, unlike what Apple usually does, Mountain Lion was still getting care, and Snow Lion's actually been receiving care up until now. So it's
Snow
3
Lion?
operating systems that they've been keeping updated at
Blimey.
once.
What were they thinking?
I know. The Mt. Gox Bitcoin exchange went offline this week
Yep.
with a $350 million hack.
Yep.
If you'd used real money, you'd have been insured against this sort of thing.
This is why we like real money. Real
It
money is
is.
your friend.
I could see the point to Bitcoin. There are too many downfalls to it for me to ever get any.
I can't see the point. But there we go, that's just me.
Isn't the whole point of Bitcoin is that there's only ever a certain amount of it?
Yeah, and you gotta mine it or something.
Don't know.
I don't know how it works.
You see so many
It's a-
Bitcoin
It's a cryptocurrency, I don't understand.
BitInstant, the CEO of that company, was arrested on money laundering charges. Silk Road went down. Just last year, apparently Mt. Gox had US authorities seizing $5 million of their assets
Ow.
because they'd been operating in the United States without proper money transmission permits.
Oopsie.
And apparently, ever since then, there's been month-long delays in receiving cash bitcoins and so on and so forth.
It's not been the best of times. Right. And have you got any more news, or are you bringing it to a head now?
Lastly, Gran Turismo 5, Sony are pulling the plug on the servers.
About time. It's been, what, many months.
It's only been 3 years.
Which for Gran Turismo
However,
games is
the
quite long.
servers will close on May the 30th.
Okay.
After the 30th of April, players will be unable to purchase any of the DLC from the game because it's disappearing from the PS Store forever.
That's pretty normal.
This is pretty much all of the DLC.
So just make sure you buy it before then. When it'll magically be twice the price.
No, apparently, if, for example, you bought the offline paint pack and the racing gear pack, keep them on your hard drive, because after April the 30th, if you delete them from your system, you will never be able to get them back again.
Oh, they're actually removing
Ever.
the
They're
files
removing it from.
completely.
Yeah.
Damn.
If you purchase the racing car pack and the course pack, which is also part of the complete pack, you'll still be able to receive the family upgrade for the items in question. And that will make sure you'll be able to re-download this DLC in the future.
Yeah.
However, a fair amount of the DLC will be disappeared completely from the PlayStation Store.
Well, with GT6 out, I'm not really surprised.
Well, yeah. It seems to be at the moment where the shelf life for a game is only going to be as long as for the next game's release, which is not that awesome, really. This is the sort of stuff that EA has pulled recently.
Well, considering that normally the time between a Gran Turismo release is about a millennia, that's not a really bad deal. But it's a surprisingly short amount of time between GT5 and 6.
Well, 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. That's a surprisingly short amount of time. I mean, how long before 4 and 5? Considering 5 was supposed to be a PS3 launch title back in
Excuse me.
around 2006, somewhere around there. And so 3 years, quite a long time. Quite a short. Yeah, it's quite a short time. Sorry.
TK,
Yes.
do we have food here?
That depends on your concept of food.
Mostly proteins and carbs, and
There are muffins behind you.
there are muffins behind me.
There are many muffins behind
I
you.
like muffin.
They count as carbs.
And proteins.
Sugars.
Many sugars.
I might have to use some of my money to order out.
Really?
Really.
What were you planning on ordering?
I don't know. But I've only got £14 available in my account, so...
Ah, I see. Well, how much cash do you have on you?
Welcome to another episode of
£2 quid?
TigerTails.
TigerTails orders
Eating.
food.
Yes, we do this sometimes.
Do it every time.
He's now reading Bitcoin.
I was reading up about Bitcoin and now I'm reading up about the Silk Road from the deep web.
Okay, well, Fetus decides if he wants to buy food, and
Yes.
Alex decides he does not want to eat on air again.
I'm not eating on air and I'm not eating junk food anyway. Not loads of junk
He said
food.
he had a muffin before the show
I
started.
had a muffin. Do you know what else I've
I'm-
had today? I've had like a chicken wrap.
I've
I
got a
had-
flapjack in my bag.
I had a Subway.
think.
You're a flap.
I had
Jacko.
an Italian BMT Subway. It was tasty. But after all the Indian takeaway I had yesterday, it was probably a very bad idea to do so.
This isn't a flapjack at all.
But you could try eating it though, it'd be hilarious.
Wait, you earn bitcoins by running a software.
Yes, which is this was a big thing with one of the major professional gaming tournaments last year, where they put a Bitcoin miner into the software to participate in the tournaments.
Really?
Yeah, I did it during the show last season. Brought it up on the air. I've forgotten which one it was. One of the major professional gaming circuits.
What do you mean? What did he do?
They embedded Bitcoin mining software into a program that people use to load up the games to participate officially.
So they were all...
Which is why a load of people suddenly realised that their temperatures had gone up and their GPUs were suddenly working overtime when the computer was meant to be idle. It was a massive fucking controversy at the time.
Werewolfie says in channel, Matt selling Bitcoin for $140. You could buy as many as you wanted at this reduced price. Everywhere else was $500. But the catch was you couldn't withdraw your coins. So in the end, it was...
they'd be worth $2 tomorrow.
It's like, haha, thanks for buying the cut price coins. Now we have all your money, and you have no coin. Bankrupt.
Pretty much.
Tasty. So, on that flavoursome note, as Flapjack is consumed, I think it's time we moved over to our next segment, which is a bit where we review stuff in our Done and Dusted.
It's that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio review stuff badly. This is Done and Dusted.
I say, Felix, do you have anything for Done and Dusted? You may nod or shake your head. Because you are munching.
I think I bit off more than I can chew.
I've never heard of that film, book, or TV show, but that'll be an interesting review.
You better make it good.
Mr. Darksong there, do you have anything for Done and Dusted?
No, I actually don't have anything, like, worth talking about. Which is rare. I'm always watching...
Yeah, you're normally doing things, or watching things, or
I normally
relating to
watch
things, or playing things, or going to London to play things.
I haven't done anything worth reviewing, though.
Well, it doesn't have to be from the last week. You can summon up something from your distant past if you so wish.
I just can't think of anything that is worth doing. I have no desire to share right now. Not anything like
Captain Selfish over there, jeez. No, I don't want to share what I've been doing.
But were you not in London doing a thing?
It's for a friend's birthday, actually.
Oh.
That's not really something I can review.
He had a great birthday.
Apparently, when my mouth is filled, my voice is kind of sexy, somehow.
Just because it sounds like you...
Oh, right, yeah, it's Wolfie. Explains everything.
Mr. Sexy full mouth voice.
We love you, Wolfie, but platonically.
No touchy. I have done a thing.
You've done a thing?
I saw the film.
Oh my.
I know, right? Who'd have
I was meant to see a film, but I got distracted during the weekend.
I saw Rush,
Rush.
the Formula One film,
Oh.
which was surprisingly good. I can't remember who was in it, and I really should have brought the wiki page up, but that's thinking ahead, and I don't do that. But it features the old story of James Hunt versus Niki Lauda. I knew I'd remember how to pronounce his name. Back in the days when Formula One was more about death and less about driving around corners really fast. Although there was a fair amount of driving around the corners really fast in there, I suppose. But no, there was mostly death. Lots of death. And although it was a kind of a dramatisation, therefore it was a little bit embellished in places. And in a couple of places, a little bit fictional.
And ticket, I'll be back shortly.
Okay, you depart. But for the most part, the film was generally true to form and reasonably historically accurate. But yeah, it told the story of how these two very good, very professional racing drivers who led completely different lives and had completely different outlooks on how the racing world should be, ended up having such an intense rivalry on the track and off it. Niki Lauda being the German who was very prim proper, went to bed early, got up early, knew everything about the car, was able to help the team make technical advances, and not afraid to speak his mind, versus the Brit James Hunt, who was very much drinking, sex, parties, living the rock and roll lifestyle afforded to one when one is a successful Formula One driver. And it takes us on a merry tale of how they lived their lives over the course of a couple of seasons. The kind of 1975-1976 season, which was the season Niki Lauda had the massive accident in which he was engulfed in a ball of flame, which is a scene that we actually do get to see in the film, and his recovery process afterwards. I didn't really know what to expect. I quite like Formula One. I thought, well, this would be, I suppose, mediocrely interesting. And it's a fairly long film, it's just over 2 hours or so. And it went like that. It was some of the quickest 2 hours or so that I've ever sat down and watched a film in. I was engrossed the entire way through, which surprised me because I thought it was going to be kind of more boring than it was. But where it was dramatised up for drama's sake, it worked really well. The couple of fictional additions they made to it worked really well within the story.
But
And
how does it compare to Speed Racer?
I've never seen Speed Racer.
Huh.
I don't know if that's something I should be putting on my to-do list or avoiding like the plague.
It's a children's cartoon. Dexter's Lab mocked it. But just watch the Dexter's Lab episode with the soapbox derby. That's all you need to know about Speed Racer.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
Do you agree?
I've not seen that much Dexter's Lab either, though.
I wholeheartedly agree.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Hadn't a clue.
Dexter's Laboratory.
And?
Fuck! Will you give up by that? You know when you pay attention to a conversation long enough that you can sort of have a 50-50 chance of...
Bullshitting.
Yeah. I basically tried to Phoenix Wright you.
Objection.
Didn't work, did it?
It really didn't.
Well, to be fair, in this case, there's less obtuse combinations of things than there are in any Phoenix Wright game.
Yeah, that's true. But you get a point for trying.
I basically just turned cheat
fascinated
mode
by
on.
Bitcoins.
I basically turned cheat mode on and just try every single combination in turn in Phoenix Wright because fuck figuring out the game's retarded logic. There's no sense to that at all.
That's almost sounding like something you could be doing for Done and Dusted in a minute. But no, I really enjoyed Rush. It surprised me by how good it was. I wasn't expecting much from it at all. I thought I'd be kind of bored. There'd kind of just be, oh look, Formula One, rah rah rah, lifestyle, yeah, whatever. Everything you expect is true, yada yada yada. But no, it actually was quite a mature and interesting and engrossing film, and did take me somewhat by surprise. The special effects were well done. The racing scenes were as intense as you'd hope for a Formula One event, and the crash scenes were spectacular and sometimes maybe just a little tiny bit scary, as they are when you watch them unfold on the telly, and you've got that fascination of what you're watching is this horrible carnage unfold in front of your eyes, live, but you can't look away in case you miss something. It's a bit like that, but obviously in a film, so you know everyone's just acting and it's all going to be fine. And even Channel's talking about Bitcoin. Who brought up Bitcoin to start with? They've completely hijacked this section of the show. Congratulations.
I accept no responsibility for
I'm
this.
starting to get on. I'm gonna do that.
So, Alex is going to be reviewing Bitcoin in all their glory. Now he's suddenly the expert in it because he's just spent the last 20 minutes reading about them. But no, if you haven't seen Rush yet and you're interested in a more sensible, mature film that isn't just explosions every 8 nanoseconds, then you might get a lot out of Rush. It was a lot more entertaining and enthralling than I originally gave it credit for, and I'm actually quite glad that I invested the time and effort into seeing it. Go and watch it. It's a good film. Next!
Can I review your toilet? Because
No.
your toilet is amazing.
Amazing as in how it is still there.
Well, because your bathroom is almost preternaturally cold at all times, every pee turns into a Meatloaf concert. It's amazing.
You see a fat guy who can't sing anymore and loads of steam.
Yeah. Wait, a fat guy who can't do much and loads of steam. Oh my god, he's Gabe Newell.
What? Not all fat people are Gabe Newell. Although Gabe Newell could be all fat people.
Is this kind of like a conscience looks like everybody's mother?
I was thinking more of the adipose from Doctor Who.
That's what a conscience looks like?
Maybe. I thought, no, conscience, it's just like Jiminy Cricket. We saw the...
No, I'm pretty sure the conscience just looks like an amalgamation of everybody's mother. It makes sense to me.
There are many things that make sense to you and only you, and we should be thankful that is how it is. Well, do you have anything to review for Done and Dusted?
I don't really have anything that I've done that I could review with any kind of professionalism.
Well, how about then you pull up an excerpt from the next inciting installment of Doctor Who,
No. No.
and you can
No.
describe his delightful journey.
Do you want to read one of the sex scenes that's coming up that I will not be covering?
That you're not covering.
I'm not covering. This is the last chapter I'm doing before before the narrator just goes, fuck this. No.
Really? You're not even going to finish Doctor Who? Sorry, William Who, the son
There are
of
5
Doctor
more
Who.
chapters and more coming.
Exactly. This is something you need to continue with. If not only for the delights of electricity.
Then the Witch of the Mountains leant forward and let William Who mount her. William Who entered her black robe, started having sex with her. He was getting deeper and deeper in her vagina. Then he started to take off her robes and relvied her boobs.
Wait. This says, author's note, that this is the censored T-rated version.
What?
I will be uploading the more raunchy version on my PreSeason.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Felis has started a saga called Bad Fanfic Theatre.
Just kind of been off for a few months
Yeah,
whilst my throat recovers and my chest recovers from various nasty ailments.
Indeed. And he started with a series called William Who, the son of Doctor Who.
Which only had 4 or 5 parts at the time, and I thought I could get through them all. Yeah, I can get through these. And then over the course of December, it's like he went, nope, I'm posting like 5 more, with more coming.
And it is as bad as you can imagine. All the spelling mistakes, all the grammatical errors. Felis reads them verbatim.
So he asking if he could leave, and the Witch of the Mountains told him that she was going to keep him as her lover forever. William Who pleaded, and was eventually let go, as long as her found a replacement one just as good as him. William Who knew that this would be hard, as he was one of the greatest lovers in history.
Well, you can't just stop there.
That's the end of the sentence.
Then read the next one.
The Witch of the Mountains gave hints on the past to the mountain dragon nest, like wolves that were there and yetis and bigfoots that roamed the area. William Who knew that he had to do it, so William Who and the swordsman headed to the past to Dragon Nest. To be continued. That's the most recent chapter. That is half of it, pretty much. Most of it is really bad. Oh, God. Oh. The next day, William Who was to the Witch of the Mountains luxury swimming pool, and they did lengths of it and had fun. They swam around like fishes and had sex a lot until William Who once again filled the Witch of the Mountains with his love juices. It says love juices right there. Oh no.
Sweet Sensation by William Who.
This series is the
Love
best.
Juicies.
This is exactly why I'm moving on. This guy's going
This
to
is
keep
exactly
on.
why I don't want you to stop.
I
This stuff is comedy gold.
want to move on from this at some point in the future.
Hopefully William Who will never end and we can always hear his...
As long as you come back
Lovely
to it, you know,
story.
every second or third we'll get a new chapter. I don't mind because I
Well,
love
the thing
this
is,
series.
Volume 1, I've actually split it into volumes instead of episodes, so
Yeah.
eventually, Volume 1 can just be filled with Doctor Who, because it's all that one story.
Yeah.
Volume 2 will be the different parts of the
Batman
Joker
First,
saves
yeah.
the ponies, and so on and so forth. So I can always go back and add more to a
Oh,
certain
exactly. I don't
volume.
mind if you chop around chapters and things, but as long as we get the whole story, because I love William Who's story. It's hilarious.
I may have to, seeing as it's what I started on, and people really like the trauma of me reading it.
I actually read one of the chapters ahead of Felis's reading of it, and I was looking at it going, I'm glad I'm not the one reading this out loud.
And yet, I'm glad that he's the one that reads this.
Because I read one chapter and wish I hadn't. Listening to Felis read it is amazing. It's hilarious. It's brilliant, and I really enjoy Bad Fanfic Theatre.
Yay.
So, because he has very much the kind of 1930s narrator radio effect thing going on as well. So it all kind of fits in, and
It's mostly about elongating the end word of every other sentence. As far as I can tell, that's pretty much the only thing that they did.
and electricity.
Yes, it's really weird pronunciation on things to get that news flash.
They get that old BBC announcer styley voice thing going on. And then with all the backing music thrown in from the Ren and Stimpy sound connection as well.
So much period music.
Indeed, it really does help give it that feel and vibe.
I'm actually quite proud of the amount of work I put on the soundtrack for that.
Yeah, it was definitely worthwhile. It definitely helps. I don't think we could have quite coped with Doctor Who otherwise.
No, and it would have been really hard finding anything that I'm allowed to use from Lapfox tracks.
Yeah.
Not
So,
much of that would have fit, really.
if you haven't yet checked out Bad Fanfic Theatre, we recommend you doing so by going to tigertails.co.uk/badfanfictheatre or your own web pages, which is...
Which is someguyinawaistcoat.wordpress.com.
There we go. So,
Which will eventually be updated. I
Eventually.
swear.
eventually...
As far as I know, my one I think has part 3 and the other parts, and the TigerTails one only has parts 1 and 2.
Heathen, you need to update. It's just a simple case of uploading the MP3 and then just sticking a link in a post.
Indeed.
You don't even need to embed it anymore. You just need to
There's
put the link
even a
in.
SoundCloud as well,
There is.
with Some Guy in a Waistcoat, which is where they're currently hosted, so I can play them on Facebook.
Ah, a cunning plan, I feel.
Indeed. And then we all go quiet.
Ah, I just saw a link in channel from where would we?
There's a link.
Yeah,
Bitcoins.
they're showing Doctor Who pictures now in channel, talking about Peter Capaldi and how awesome.
Oh,
his new
they
costume
showed
is.
off his official outfit already, apparently. Didn't
Yeah, they have. It looks really good.
It looks okay.
He looks like a Doctor Who means business. this-
Not in that pose, he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, which
He looks like a doctor who's trawling at the edge later on tonight.
okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the official image that's been around for a few months now.
Disco Doctor.
I like that outfit, but the pose, just not... I thought it was meant to be an older, more serious doctor in line with Baker and the others.
Yeah, more serious, definitely. It's Peter Capaldi, so I know that he can crack the humour when he needs to. What I really want is for his other character, Malcolm Tucker, to be the Doctor. Because if you've ever watched The Thick of It, Malcolm Tucker would make an excellent Doctor. An excellent, excellent Doctor.
I still have this burning need for the BBC to hire Neil Gaiman and reshoot some of the lost Tom Baker episodes.
I don't think Tom Baker's were the ones that got lost.
I think there's a few missing Tom Bakers.
Oh, really? Okay. Yes, they should do that. Although, isn't Tom Baker a little bit old now?
Well, the whole point is to use Neil Gaiman as Tom Baker. Because they are functionally identical in looks and voice. Think about it.
I'm thinking, I'm just not entirely sure I agree.
Really?
I've not heard much of Neil Gaiman, so I can't comment on that. But visually, I'm not sure I see it.
Neil Gaiman looks like a young Tom Baker, but a bit scrawnier.
We could always feed him.
We could always feed him.
Neil Gaiman gaining for Doctor Who. That sounds like another fanfic by itself. But
No. No.
I shall write the new Bad Fanfic Theatre episode.
It's bad enough somebody last night trying to look for, grabbing my laptop and doing TigerTails Radio Fearless fanfic. Thankfully, nothing came up.
Werewolfie, you
No.
have your challenge.
Do your best.
You know our email address.
Actually,
Werewolfie?
it does come up with results, but mostly for me doing bad fanfic theatre.
Well, that's good. So
Yeah.
What does a Google for Bad Fanfic Theatre produce?
It actually brings up quite a few things. It comes up with fanfic theatre from that guy with the glasses. Badfanfictheatre.tumblr.com. Soundcloud.com/badfanfictheatre.
Is that you?
No, it's Bad Fan Fiction Theatre, sorry, by Robin Carlyle.
Oh, yes.
Then we have Masterpiece, Fanfic Theatre,
Wait, you're not even on the front
Atop
page,
the
dude.
Fourth Wall. Well, I am actually.
You're at the top of the second page for me.
Actually, no, because my
On archive.org.
archive.org links will come up first.
Yeah, and that's at the top of the second page for me.
One Bitcoin
It's
does
the
not
halfway through the first page.
equal £400.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you still on Bitcoin?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I'm going to participate in this episode silent reading Bitcoins.
But
Is this what you don't want to share because you're too busy reading about Bitcoins?
I want to get rich quick.
Well, you won't with Bitcoin.
Yeah, my it all comes up on the first page for me.
Oh no, I'll get it on the second.
About halfway through. We just Googled myself.
I didn't. I googled Bad Fanfic Theatre. You googled yourself.
Yeah, but if you Google yourself, you're not going to get much.
It's so tragic.
I Google myself all the time. Let's see what comes up for you.
For who?
Lots of stuff.
His YouTube channel,
What have you googled?
Twitter.
EU Skullbats, Angel Plez,
Ah,
his PSN profile, his
Yep.
Ustream.
Yeah, I have a very, funnily enough, unique nickname. Even though I
Let's see what he's been doing on
haven't
eBay.
fucking used eBay for ages.
I just thought actually, if I.
So they're true. He's not got a single positive feedback at all on here.
Yeah, dude.
Feedback ratings 0 positive.
From the last 12 months, please read the small print.
Actually, that's more the grey print. It's about the same size. You've been playing a little bit. See statistics for Melty Blood.
Oh.
Oh my! I can hear that.
But basically,
So can I.
And now, some guy in a waistcoat, in association with TigerTails Entertainment, is proud to present an entirely unauthorized, mind-numbingly awful episode of Bad Fanfic Theatre. I did a bit better in the
Today's
second one,
episode,
didn't I?
Doctor Who, the Time Lord's son. This episode recorded live in front of a stuffed animal audience.
There we go. That's
Yeah, it actually plays fairly well through our...
Well, I figured now we're not using Google Hangouts. Google YouTube won't murder the audio, so we can actually get away with that little snippet
We can.
just to whet people's appetites.
I still say we should have gone with part of the fight scene from episode 2.
Probably, but I was just clicking on the first thing I saw.
Or the long list of ingredients to make electricity from episode 3.
Yeah, you need to get back on making that because that was good. Dear Fetus's voice, get better because seriously, we need more Bad Fanfic Theatre in our lives.
And the occasional reviews so people can pee.
Yeah, the occasional reviews so people can pee or go smoke.
Or go smoke, which is actually harder for me to do now.
Yeah, because there's a wire blocking the front door.
There it is.
There's camera cable. Well, I've seen a thing on Amazon that's like 10 meters of USB cable.
I
Potentially
actually
solves the
have
problem.
a 10 to 15 meter USB extension.
This is a repeater cable because you shouldn't be using long extensions with USB because it degrades the picture. Degrades the signal quality. So I've
Oh, I didn't get that much. Oh, that's what I was going to say.
yeah.
Lapdog.
What about it?
My lapdog is currently mostly unused.
Yeah,
And it's got that 15-foot HDMI and USB cable.
15 foot.
That would quite handily reach around the corner there, wouldn't it?
That would.
You see where I'm going with this?
All of a sudden, yes.
Which means I can stay in my seat when the show starts.
And I can have all the buttons.
Or
and
I
the
could even
buttons
just
again.
have it over here and just start it from here.
I could have it here, or there. I could have all my buttons again. That is
I'm
an
going to have to
interesting-
bring it next week and see.
That's an interesting concept. We shall play with this.
But we've got one more test show.
We have many more test shows. We've got as many test shows until I think we're ready to broadcast properly.
Ooh. Even
I
though
know.
we're actually broadcasting.
Well,
Kind of
we're
properly
broadcasting.
now.
This is basically equipment test to make sure it can survive, and us tests to make sure we can actually go through this without falling over and dying. Because, like I said at the start of the show, we haven't done this for a while. We last broadcast in November. And not counting the previous 2 test shows we did the last couple of weeks. So, a proper TTR show was last in November. We restarted these late February. For us, that was quite a long gap. We normally only have about a month or so. But internet upgrades and reasons have prevailed, and I'm quite happy for the internet upgrades. They've made me very happy in the face, I will say. So, the delay in getting TigerTails Radio back to air, on a technical standpoint, has definitely been worth it. And with my new headphones arriving from Amazon in the next few days, I'll be able to hear shit properly again, which will be lovely. Because these crappy headphones from TK Maxx are crap. Don't buy iVibe headphones ever, because they're shite.
Oh, God.
They were cheap. They were like £7 or something.
No, I was looking through my... Here's a list of things people expected me to do for Bad Fanfic Theatre. I've just found 30 H's.
What's that?
Well, the title is actually 30 H's in a row. The very first line. Dobby relished his groin sore's roar as he withdrew the flesh-choked blade from the astronaut's ruined skull. He turned to Harry, thrusting his bloody, retina-covered pelvis with elven fervour.
Bonus points for using the word further. In context, correctly.
Actually, he said elfin fervour, not elven, but this... Oh, God.
That's not going to stop him reading.
Groin sore? The fuck is a groin sore?
Well, it's a sore you get in your groin from too much activity.
Yep.
Well, hang on. How's he spelling it? S-O-R-E or S-A-W?
S-A-W.
Okay, that makes things worse.
Yep. Does it remind you a little bit of the bad guy from Space Truckers?
Bad Pandectomy Theatre. I think I've disgusted myself. It had to happen sooner or later. Ew. So yes, hurry up and get better.
Oh God! Apparently, there's a guy called Rape Bradbury who appears in the story. Rape Bradbury, who appears from behind nothing much, and yet is 10 feet tall.
At least my stories kind of try to pretend to make sense.
The rape.
Yeah.
Not always, but they try. They do their best. I'm just not very good at
The main character. Oh God. Tore off his penis to use the pen and write the 13 Commandments of America on a passing eagle.
Okay, yeah, you're going to have to read this for Bamford Theatre. This is shit that's going to need in-depth analysis.
The only food left
You
at
know
this
that-
point is a cabbage, which is actually cartilage, and mustard sandwich, which is promptly eaten by Harry Potter.
You know that one you wanted to do as a group? Maybe this is the one.
This may be the one, even though the whole Halo one is man, that's bad.
I think this.
Just the main character is a
trumps it.
bitch.
I think this trumps it. From the words you are reading into the ears that I'm listening with.
I'm at the TV tropes page right now. I haven't dared go to the actual story.
Really?
This is my filter. When somebody says, "Hey, you know you do that bad fanfic thing. Here's something you should read." I go, "I'm going to search for it on TV tropes first, for my own sake."
Just to kind of protect yourself. TV tropes. The internet condom for fanfiction. It stops your mind getting all those horrible STIs. Speaking of which, we've got about 10 minutes of the show left. Traditionally, we talk about roleplay at this section. However, somebody didn't go last week, did they, Alex?
No, I needed to relax.
Yeah, he had a stick to play with. His stick actually...
I haven't even used it since I came back.
Really?
Oh God, there's a
But
Final
it-
Fantasy volleyball planet.
It looks so nice.
I know, it actually looks really good.
He's basically replaced the artwork on his stick and got new buttons and stuff on his arcade stick. And it looks really pretty. Yeah, it does.
It's actually on my Twitter, I posted a picture of it.
Oh, nice. What is your Twitter? For those of us who don't know what your
It's
Twitter
Angel
is.
Dark Song.
Angel Dark Song, all one word.
Yeah.
Twitter.com/Angel Dark Song. Not to be misspelled Angle Dark Song, because otherwise he will be very upset.
I will get pissed. Everybody calls me Angle now, it's really annoying.
Harry Potter has an unholy guitar in this called Fuck Slayer.
But yeah, cause I spent so long doing that, and then I was just like, okay, I just want to. I didn't get much sleep.
In all
the
fairness,
Saturday,
nor did the rest of
Sunday
us, so...
And I knew that if I went to roleplay, I would have just started falling asleep again.
Yeah.
Yaz was there, wasn't she?
Yeah, Yaz was there.
Yeah, I would have been kicked awake by her, and then it's like I just don't. I like listening to the roleplay. I like watching what happens because it's actually really enjoyable to just watch what happens.
I like to watch.
Like a story unfolding that's so fucked up sometimes.
Yeah. Like
But-
in this episode,
Yeah.
where Florian's character, the pseudo-dragon, managed to cast wild magic and surge, and ended up fucking himself over royally by making himself claustrophobic, and then being put in a sack. Whereupon he killed himself. He actually killed himself. I had to reroll.
Emergency, Will Robinson.
I can hear it.
Do you want to go?
I will check the status.
But yes, I to do roleplay at the moment, I have to be in the mood to actually participate. Otherwise, I know I'm just gonna go there and I'm gonna like watch, and people don't like me just watching, which I understand completely.
I forgot what we were talking about. I was
Roleplay.
okay.
It's
I was totally there. I know everything you are talking about.
To be honest, I'm wearing myself out with my actual stuff. nowadays. Like my stuff with my community, my fighting game community. And it's like I
You're looking
prioritize-
at deep resources right now. What community is this?
No, this is. Well, it's like I tie myself out with my community activities and the like, and then when I don't get a lot of days off, I suppose you want to call it. I don't know. I'm around here a lot, doing nothing. But
Leeching interwebs mostly.
as a subscriber, I like prioritizing that over like anything else. It doesn't mean I don't enjoy other stuff. It just means that to me,
Leeching is more important.
leech. No.
I'm amused.
I ain't gonna leech
Trap
your
fallen
internet.
into.
Go ahead. I have the
Basically-
master code.
Basically, you're too.
Oh
social
wait,
to
you're
be social.
smart enough to actually figure out how to get into the admin sections, unlike the other housemates. So
Yes, I went to university to do networking. You.
Not only that, but you've told us the password many times on the show.
Yes.
I already told you.
Many times.
Yes.
I forgot what the password is for my internet at home at the moment. Because we're on a Sky router for the while.
You have
It's
my
okay.
sympathy.
It's actually not bad. We've got fairly decent signal coverage. Apart from that one spot in my bedroom.
But you have to provide money to Rupert Murdoch, and really,
Nah, he already got his money.
not.
He was
bad.
going to get it one way or the other. Mine's just a drop in the ocean.
But yeah, roleplay this week was an enjoyable event, and I've now got to remember to send Robin notes for my character upgrades because we've got lots of points to spend. Oh, well, I want my character to be able to swim, because why must you set every fucking adventure near water? Fuck that! I know. It's cool.
Why would you need points to swim?
I need to.
And you could do basic swimming, right?
We get 2 dice in it, but I need to be able to actually swim properly, as opposed to just drown lots. My character's very good at drowning. I'm good at that. That I can do.
Can't you, like, stab one of your swords into the hull of the ship?
If
And
there
use
was a
that to keep
ship to
yourself?
be around, then yes, but there
Well,
wasn't
like-
this time.
Wow, for the first time ever, I was suddenly going, maybe you should play as Aquaman.
Having played Injustice, Aquaman's pretty badass. But only
But
in
only in
Injustice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
And Justice League
excep-
Unlimited.
I was going to say, the exception that proves the rule, really.
Well, Justice League Unlimited, there's a case where they go, there's a whole bunch of people in the space station. Aquaman, punch the fuck out of him. And you go, I can do that.
Click, 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 click. Hadouken! Boom.
Aquaman is just retarded, though. I mean, he can control aliens like Martians because they're history.
Yeah, and Cthulhu.
You-
For obvious reasons.
I didn't think
And
anybody,
bananas, which are actually a form of land-dwelling fish.
didn't think anybody could control Cthulhu. I thought
Well,
that was kind of the point.
He's a denizen of the deep right now, right?
Yeah.
Ergo, under Aquaman's jurisdiction. Ergo, I think the rest of the Justice Friends might regret some of their mockery pretty soon.
In all honesty,
Yeah.
like Aquaman is actually incredibly powerful. Like,
Although his
power-wise.
wife can actually kick his ass, being trained as an assassin and one-on-one and everything else, whereas Aquaman's more geared towards continent-sinking displays of power, which he can do, apparently.
Also,
And everybody just goes quiet, and he just said,
yeah, we've just
"Nah."
seen the JPEG channel.
No. What the hell?
what's going on with my eyes?
Why am I holding up a phone to take a selfie, apparently? And Alex is apparently hugging Studio in fear.
Looks like I'm sucking my thumb.
Oh god, Studio has a penis.
Of course.
Yeah, why are my eyes warped? I don't get that.
Because of Studio's penis.
I'm
I'm not putting a link to that in the
Why is
show notes,
TK not changed at all?
because there was already
Is
far
this
too
how
much
the
wrong.
viewers see me?
Guess what's getting posted?
Because my hair's a bit longer, really.
on the news feed.
My shoulders are just a little wider.
Guess what's getting put around?
I'm not keeping that.
Right click.
No,
save
I'm
file.
gonna keep that
No.
though.
Save image as.
Save. Look at that.
That's going on my desktop.
I got off lightly, you know. I got off So lightly.
The internet is a very, very bad place. I'm
It
proud of
is.
it.
What are you doing, Phyllis? Why are you like that, Phyllis?
I'm not looking.
No, neither am I. When did you do this?
I like this. Authors, check out these guys. There are a load of pirated books on here. Links directly to Mobilism's forums. And then says, send a takedown notice. Like, you just linked everybody on your Facebook directly to them instead of talking about them and saying, send a takedown notice.
Oops.
Whoop-dee.
That goes in the collection of things that probably wasn't meant to happen, right?
Yes. And why did you link directly to the thing that's offended you so?
So you can
That's
all
highly
see it.
illegal. Technically, highly illegal.
You can all see it and be offended by it. That's the reason.
Background music. We have 3 minutes to fill. 3 minutes to fill.
That's okay. I'm just put that picture in our Facebook group. That's all.
What?
There we go.
What? No.
My pleasure.
What? No. No. TK. Why?
If
Why?
if our people are going to be creative and create things, then we should share them. This is a theory that will bite me on the arse very suddenly, very quickly, but...
Oh, yes. Vengeance will be swift as soon as... Oh, I don't have GIMP installed on here.
It will be swift and brutal and hilarious.
Wait, reading about this article for the take your place in the as a voice actor, side character.
I'm glad you said that, because if you said Bitcoin again, I was going to come and beat you.
I love this. This sentence is full. All you have to do is download one of the 2 following scripts, upload your performance, and send the link to take your place at bioware.com, and you will automatically be entered to win.
Yes, it's basically they will be going through them all.
No, you'll be automatically entered to win.
They have judges.
You'll be automatically. What does that fucking mean?
Your entry will be judged in the
doesn't
next
say that.
paragraph.
No, but it doesn't say it on that sentence.
You'll be...
How long do you want one fucking sentence to be?
It doesn't matter. The fact that they said you'll be entered with a chance to win.
No, it doesn't say.
It doesn't
with
say a chance to win. It says you'll automatically be entered to win.
Yes.
So I should
just
win
like
if
with
I enter.
any. No.
Then why does it tell me that?
He goes very red.
And then he went very blue.
I think
I blew him.
We have indeed
Wait,
found
what?
Pete's replacement.
It doesn't make sense though.
Right. They basically say if you enter this, you have a chance of winning.
No, it doesn't say that.
Well, it's implied. Context.
I don't care.
Context.
English isn't a language where you imply stuff.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What do you think most dinner conversations between wasps are? That's American family wasps with the bitchiness and the... TK!
You make this mistake in thinking that Americans actually speak English.
Ah.
But yes, I think that does about end it for this episode.
Oh, thank God, because
Quickly.
my battery is almost out.
Quickly, let's end this before it gets any worse. So, with that note, it is a good night from the Felis.
Good night.
It is a good night from the Angel Dog Song.
Good night.
And it's a good night from myself, TK. Thank you very much for listening to this week's test show. There will indeed be another test show next week. And then the week after that, it might even have internet.
Ooh.
Maybe.
We can abuse a Pete.
We can abuse a Pete live over the Google Hangouts. There'll be...
I'm glad you didn't correct me or anything there.
No, why would I do that? Why would I correct you when I agree? And it'll be a case of how badly does Google Hangout cope with Pete? Or vice versa. This will be an interesting experimental show where we will see just how appalling Google Hangout's audio quality really is.
He might go a bit Matrix voiced sometimes, depending on his upstream.
I'm thinking a lot of the time. And if that's
You know the
case,
voice I mean. The whole Neo goes into the mirror sound effect.
Yeah.
That's the
we
one that
may
it
have
does.
to find an alternative chat program that isn't Skype.
I think I've got a free Mumble server somewhere.
Quite frankly, fuck Skype. That's my opinion. We might even use like AOL chat or because
What?
AOL Instant Messenger is still a thing.
I can get my junk out on Yahoo webcams, right?
Of course.
Will the British intelligence services have it thereafter?
Yes.
Okay.
But there we go. So, but they probably
I
already have
think,
it.
well, if we just missed out one word to go, Pete is literally phoning it in.
Oh. But yes, Ed is good enough for myself, TK. Thank you very much for listening, and we will hope to see you again next week for another. And oh, no, I'm not going to call it an interesting show. We don't do interesting shows, do we?
We do.
We do shows.
In the Chinese sense of the word.
What? Whispers.
No, it isn't where you live in interesting times.
Dark
That
times,
sense.
dark places. But on that note, it's night, everybody. Night.